Hi everyone, it's Eva Pietrzak here from Abundant Results Coaching. And today I want to talk to you about a sensitive issue, how to deal with feeling overwhelmed. I hear this a lot from our clients. Oh my God, Eva, there is not enough time in a day. I have so many things on my plate. I just feel I just can't do anything. I'm just so tired and overwhelmed. And I want you to ask yourself, do you ever feel this way? And if you do, well, first of all, what you need to do is stop and understand that it's not a bad thing. I know a lot of people think that overwhelm is a disaster. And of course, we can think this way, but that kind of thinking takes our power away. I choose to think that there's something good in everything that we're experiencing. And typically, when I feel overwhelmed, that's the sign of growth. It's a sign that I'm going to next level, maybe income, business, and my processes and what I'm doing right now doesn't catch up. So I really need to restructure the business. And I'm saying that because you may have heard me say last week that I've just hit 1 million in a year. And over the weekend, I was like, oh my God, there's so much to do. How am I going to make time for all of this? And, I've done so much to create this beautiful lifestyle where I can take time out and all of that. And now there's things piling up and on and on and on and on and on. And here's what I do in that moment. Whenever I feel like there's so much to do and I don't have enough time, I do several things. Number one, I sit down and I clear out a few hours of my diary. I may even take a walk or meditate to just completely quiet down my mind. Because what happens when you feel overwhelmed, you typically are in a fight or flight response. You are not thinking clearly. You're just so clouded, you're not thinking clearly. So I actually do the illogical. I clear out some of my diary for the day, maybe even half a day. I do whatever I need to do to clean up my mind. So maybe a walk in the park, something that will make me feel present and sane. And then I go back and I do a little exercise. I do an exercise that Bob Proctor has taught me of delegating, automating, and ditching. I ask myself, are there things in my business that are not working as well as they could be? Are they too complex? Are there things in my business that I'm doing and someone else could do for nominal pay or like lower pay, 10, 20 euros per hour? And I sit down and I ask myself, what are those things in my diary that I could automate, delegate, and ditch, completely wipe out of my diary, and it wouldn't have impact on my business? Now, how do I do this? I suppose for me, I've done several things. So over the weekend, I wiped out, I typically do half of Saturday, and this is like my thinking time. But I took time out and I just wanted to get over all of that overwhelm. So what I did first, I looked at simplifying our business processes and making them so simple that a baby can understand. Because confusion, like we had a challenge with our clients onboarding process. And we've received quite a lot of clients over the past few months. And I was just like, okay, how can I tackle all this confusion with just one solution? And I just came up with simplifying our onboarding process, which literally a child can understand. Something simple like that. But then I ask myself, what do I need to delegate? And how I go about delegating, I write out things what are the things that drain my energy the most, things I do not like doing, and things that I'm not good at. What are those things? And I write them so you can be looking at things that you're good at and you love doing and they contribute to your business growth, to your revenue, and to your sales the most. You want to keep that. But the bottom line with delegation is you start with the energy drainers. You start with things that you are still doing for whatever reason that someone else could do at a nominal pay. And when you're doing those things, whether it's admin, whether it's bookkeeping, whether it's some sort of other things that you don't enjoy doing and you're not even good at, but they suck the energy out of you, what happens is you're wasting a lot of time doing those things. And this is the time that you could be using on selling and serving your customers. So you want to be spending most of your time doing things that nobody else can do, and revenue generating and client servicing activities. There is a lot of back end activities that are happening in your business. Could be your admin, could be your bookkeeping, all sorts of things. You come up with those things that you don't like doing, and they're still taking up space, and you really want to find someone to do that for you. Now, I know that a lot of our clients are like, oh my God, I'm not big enough to hire. Well, you know what? You don't have to hire people full-time right away. I did not. But I remember when Bob Proctor trained us as consultants, the first thing he said, you have to have a personal assistant. You have to have someone who will take things off your plate that someone else can do, and they need to be done, but they're not revenue generating. And maybe even you should start with things that drain your energy the most, that literally drive you nuts when you're doing them. It's just like you're dreading doing them. You want to delegate that first off. So if you're not ready to hire someone full-time, what could you do? Well, you could go and hire a virtual assistant. So you pay someone like that per hour, and they're on contract basis, and you basically give them the amount of hours that you want. You could look for a family member, maybe even a student that could do some part-time work for you. And once again, you can pay per hour. You don't have to bring someone on board. Typically, I don't bring someone full-time on board until someone actually proves that we are the right fit for each other, right? So I typically hire on contract basis for a few months, and then we move a full-time, sometimes even quicker if I know we are the right fit for each other. But the bottom line is this: if you're spending time doing activities that someone else can do for 10, 15 euros or dollars per hour, that's how much your time is worth. So you really need to ask yourself, am I doing things that nobody else can do, and things that give me the most sales, the most income, and the most results in my business? And if the answer is no, you just need to write out a list of things that you're going to delegate and make that executive decision. You're going to get someone to offload to. And I know at the first, it might be like chicken and an egg. Do I have enough money to pay them? Well, I tell you this all the time, that you devote to doing the work that someone else can do, that time is taken away from your sales and client servicing activities. The things that drive your business, the things that make the most money, you're not doing them because you're doing little stuff that has to be done, but someone else can do. So you really need to ask yourself, what is your time worth? And are you prepared to go off and delegate? So I ask myself within these three areas, what can I automate, delegate, and ditch? So automating means that you create a process that is just happening automatically. Like, we used to have payments done through credit cards or card charging or, bank transfers. Now everything is based through like click and pay through sales page, and people's cards are charged automatically every month if it's a payment plan. Delegate, of course, you are offloading things that your energy drainers, things that are not revenue generating and sales generating, but have to be done in the business. Find someone to start delegating to. And ditch. Over the weekend on Saturday, I decided, I am still doing some things that are actually not really doing too much for my business. And I could easily just completely wipe them out, and the business is not going to collapse. And there's always little things like that. Or maybe it could be like, little payment plans that are taking you so much time. You're following up people, and it's just like not what you want to be doing. You can just completely wipe that out. So I hope, and one of my favorites, I'm also asking myself, how can I simplify? And that was actually one of my biggest aha moments on Saturday, because a lot of our new clients had difficulty understanding instructions. And I was like, why is this happening on an ongoing basis? There's obviously, I need to look at this And you might be like, oh, CEO is looking at these little peanuts. But I know I'm very good at streamlining processes. So I was like, there's no one better to look at this and make it so simple that a child can understand. And I spent a few hours doing that. And I know going forward, we can enroll 100 clients in a month and there will be no misunderstandings and no confusion and extra time that is being wasted by the team. So I hope this helps you. I know we can get super overwhelmed when we're growing. This is natural part of reaching 6 and 7 figures in your business. And rather than panicking in the moment, the first thing that I do is like, there must be something good with this. There must be something good in this situation. When there's a challenge, I have attracted that challenge to hit my goals. What's something good in it? And I just realized, hey, there's a challenge, there's opportunity to restructure the business model so that it matches my new level of income and the new level of ease that I want with my working hours. So you really want to look at the challenge or the overwhelm in a positive manner that gives you power, and then do those little activities that I'm suggesting to support you in execution and streamlining of your business so that you can earn more by focusing on things that you and only you can do, that drive your money, drive your income, drive your sales and client servicing, and let everybody else do the rest, or you have systems and processes doing the rest. I hope this is helpful. If it is, let me know and enjoy implementing. Have a wonderful week.